Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for December 2015. This month, you start off with the Four of Hearts. Four of Hearts is a great card, represents new things coming into you, mostly new jobs, traveling for business, um, and even jobs that involve travel, getting jobs that involve traveling, anything along those lines. But it is a card of newness, new things coming in. This card's very much Cancer, by the way. If you look up the birth card, Four of Hearts, it is totally you. It's all about, being a Cancer. I mean, it even involves like things like being more charismatic, feeling really good. I think Cancers, of course, like truly like to feel good, in a in a lot of ways. And that might not sound weird because you might be saying, well, everybody wants to feel good, but no, Cancers I think really like to feel more comfortable. There are other signs that are, a lot of signs like there are signs that like chaos and all that other stuff. But I think Cancer really just likes to feel good and for the most part, and I think you'll be feeling that this month, as well. But if you're looking for a new job, by the way, this card says get out there and find it. Like work as hard as you possibly can because you'll find something that you'll be really happy with. Same with business. Like if you're starting a new business, work really hard with a Four of Hearts in particular because it can really kind of get you moving forward and in the right direction. Next, we have the Queen of Diamonds, which I've been saying for months now. I feel like Cancer is moving more towards almost like an earth sign or a fire sign. I talk about this, how I feel like all the signs are almost like shifting and have felt like this for a long time. And I think it has to do with all the challenges that everybody's been going through. They've been learning different lessons, and that's kind of transformed all the signs. So I think, this month you're going to be feeling more like grounded, more like an earth sign, and you're going to be able to use that. Sorry about that. I heard somebody knocking on my door, and my dog was about to lose it, so I had to pause the video there. But we were talking about the Queen of Diamonds, how you're feeling more like an earth sign. I think you're going to feel very grounded this month, and you'll be able to use that. Queen of Diamonds, I actually always say, is more successful than the King of Diamonds because the King of Diamonds is very good at business, and he's very good at making money and all these other things, but he's very reactive, and he can make a lot of mistakes. But the Queen of Diamonds does not make mistakes. She trusts her intuition on top of being able to react to situations very quickly, and that makes her very successful. So really, the queen should be like in the king spot. They should switch places because, like I said, this is a better place to be. Better placement, I guess I could say, as the queen. Next, you have the Three of Clubs, which is another awesome card, all about second chances, about getting second chances. If you've like lost an opportunity to a position at a job, this can bring that opportunity back to you. If you've lost a business or even somebody in business or the opportunity for a contract or something along those lines, this is you getting a second chance. And even what the other cards say here is it's funny. You have the King of Spades coming up, which is all about having dealt with things in the past and then knowing how to deal with them better today. So if these opportunities come back up, don't lose the opportunity. You know how to deal with it. You know better ways to handle it. Whereas in the past you probably didn't handle it the right way. But now you know. Now you know what to do, and that's what this card says. So do the right thing and take advantage of that opportunity that could be presenting itself. It could be even a relationship coming back for some of you, maybe where you didn't handle it right the first time. And this card says, do it right this time because you could really turn it into something else. Or if it's a job or a position, whatever it is, take advantage of that second chance. Next, you have the Four of Spades. Four of Spades is worrying. It can be worrying about small things, and usually they're not very major. And again, usually they're small things, so that's why it's not like that big of a deal. It could be worrying about tiny little things happening. It can even be like you start to see something not go your way, and so you freak out because you're probably at this point, Cancer. I mean, let's face it, you're probably sick and tired of things not going your way because that's been your experience for a very long time, is not being able to get things to quite work out how you want them to, which is very irritating. I mean, absolutely, I feel you. I get it. But this card says if something starts to look like that, don't immediately like tumble downhill and start going to that negative place because we're in a much better time now where things are going to go your way. You even have a card at the end here that represents things going your way. The card also asks you to be a little bit flexible as well. So if something starts to look like it's not going to work out, whatever it is, spades can be anything in our lives. They can be relationships, jobs, businesses, whatever. If something starts to look like it's not working out, this card says, hey, be flexible. And it also says there's other ways for you to make it work. So if it starts to not work, don't freak out. Just look for something else. On a side note, four of spades can also indicate small issues at home, but not in the way that you would think. It's more like the story I use is it's like, say your kids don't do the dishes, and you want to just wring their little necks or whatever. Don't this week, or this month, this entire month really, because this is for the month. But this card asks you to kind of let things go. Don't create problems in the home. When this card comes up, I always say don't create any arguments. Don't take part in any arguments in the home. Just let them go. Somebody in the home starts arguing with you, just say, you know what, you're right, and then just back off. Because when the four of spades comes around, weird things can happen. It can make things blow up to be much bigger than they are and much bigger than they need to be. And I always say with the four of spades, you always feel, you always end up feeling like, I don't want to say you always end up feeling like an idiot, but you always end up feeling like, I should have just let that go, because you look back and you see how stupid the argument was and all this other stuff. So this card is the card of like creating this like unnecessary strife in the home. So again, if people aren't doing things, if people are trying to argue with you, just let it go and just let them win for now. And next month you can, do whatever you got to do, because I'm sure it'll be different. But for right now. Next you have the King of Spades, which is exactly what I talked about. King of Spades is one of my favorite cards to get, because people who get the King of Spades, they have like a sense of calmness about them. They're able to be very calm and calming. And it's because the King of Spades has been through so many challenges, and he's seen it all, and nothing phases him anymore. And I think this is an energy that Cancer in particular is stepping into. This energy of like a thicker skin and not being so affected by things, and becoming more emotionally even stable. And even like if you were to get emotional about things in the past that have happened, it's like you've learned better ways to deal with things. And that's what this card represents, learning better ways to deal with situations in our lives. And having seen it all, even, and it's a very good card to have. If you can embrace that like calmness, that energy, you can really make some good things happen with this card. And finally, you end with this Six of Diamonds, which is all about that change in energy that I talked about, how really things are changing for you. Six of Diamonds indicates problems in the past for sure. It indicates that you would put energy out into things in the past and then never see a return. That includes relationships, anything like that. You'd put energy out, wouldn't get it back, which is very irritating, very hard to deal with. But now, with this card coming in, it's like the sowing and reaping card. You can finally put your energy into things, and you can expect that energy to come back to you, which is a nice change for once. So thank you for watching, Cancer. It looks like an excellent month, so enjoy it.